Welcome. So the topic we'll be discussing in this lecture is the continuation of stack, which we discussed in the previous lecture. So we'll be continuing the discussion about stack, and also we'll have a brief introduction about queues. Okay. So so stack is nothing but some part of the memory will be allocated as a stack. See, let us see this diagram. So in this diagram we can see that so this is the stack. So this part is the stack. Okay, you can see here. So starting from this location to this location, it is stack. So this is the bottommost location of this stack, which contains the element 43, right? And this is the topmost element of the stack. Currently stack pointer is pointing here, and this is the current top element of the stack. Current top element is minus 28. Okay, fine. So but here you can see actually the starting address of memory is 0, but that is at the upper end, and the starting address is 0, and the highest address is 2 to the power k minus 1, that is at the lower end. Okay, we're getting, but normally when we think about stack, we think this way. We think this is 0. When you implement stack as an array also, how do we implement this first element will go to 0th location, second element will go to first location, third element will go to second location, so on and so forth. Like that it will grow, right? That is our understanding is stack will grow from bottom to top. Okay. Okay, but here what is happening in the sense, actually uh, stack is not growing from bottom to top. The stack address is actually stack is going from bottom to top. Okay, stack is going from the values are pushed at the bottom, then the next, I mean, the initially when the stack is empty, the bottommost element is the top of the stack, the bottommost position, so it is pushed there, then next, then next, then next. But with respect to address, but with respect to address, the address is not growing from bottom to top, the address is decreasing from bottom to top. Okay, the address is decreasing from bottom to top. Okay, so this we should be clear, because this is how really it happens in the memory. Okay, so the address is decreasing from bottom to top, right? So generally in an array kind of stack, uh, when you implement stack using array, when the stack is empty, what is at the top pointer? When the stack is empty, when you initially create a new stack, we set top is equal to minus 1. So whenever we say top is minus 1, which means stack is empty. Are you getting? So this you know, right? And whenever you want to push, first you increment the top and then you will push. But here, what will be the, for an empty stack in this scenario, what will be the value of top? Let us assume that this uh, this bottommost element address is 2000. Okay, bottommost element address is 2000, and the address of the next element is 2004. Okay, which means each location is of size one, that is one word is 4 bytes. Okay, this is one word. This one word, the size of one word is 4 byte. Okay, so we assume that this is an 32-bit computer. 4 byte is nothing but 32-bit. Okay, so one word is nothing but 4 byte. So the first word is stored in the location 2000, means the next will be stored in 2004, right? Sorry, sorry. The point is, if the first address is 2000, it, if the first address is 2000, then the stack is growing this way. It is reducing this way. It is decreasing this way. Okay, that's what we have discussed here. Stack is not increasing from bottom to top. Rather, the address of the stack is decreasing from bottom to top. Okay, so if the bottommost address is 2000, and if one word is 4 byte, then the next address will be 2000 minus 4, which is 1996. Okay, and the next address will be 1996 minus 4, which is 1992, right? and the next will be 1992 minus 4, which is 1988. So like that it will go. You get it? Like that it will go. Okay. So this is the address of the bottommost element 2000. Okay. So what should we give when the stack is empty? What should be top? Top pointer should contain what? See, in a normal array implementation, when the stack is empty, we simply say top is minus 1. Why we gave this minus 1? Because this minus 1 is lesser than the least index of the stack. What is the least index? Least index is 0. Something lesser than 0 is minus 1. Okay. So we gave that as minus 1. Okay. Here what is the least address? The least, the starting address. The starting address is what? 2000. Starting address is 2000. So it means you should give an address which is greater than 2000. It means, so this is the stack top here in the array thing, but we are saying top is below that. We are saying it is below that. So we are giving minus 1. Okay. Here also you should say the top is below that when the stack is empty. So what will be below this? Below this the address will be 2004. The address below this will be what? 2004. Okay. So initially when the stack is empty, you should set top as 2004. Okay, you should set top as 2004 because our stack is starting from what? 2000. The bottommost element will be at 2000. The next will be at 1996. Next 1992, 1990, 1988. Like that it goes on, right? Okay. I think the point is clear. Fine. Okay. So with this knowledge, let us try to understand uh, how should we uh, use the how should we use assembly language to access stack. Fine. So there is something called a stack pointer. There is something called a stack pointer, which is a general purpose register. So it's a special purpose register. Stack pointer is a special purpose register, and the stack pointer will always contain the address of the top. Uh, it will always hold the address of the uh, topmost element of the stack. Okay. So in this case, if the starting address is 2000, if the starting address is 2000, okay, then when the stack is empty, SP will hold 2004. Okay, SP will hold 2004 because so this stack pointer is nothing but it is equivalent to top. It is equivalent to top. Okay. So in the microprocessor itself, there is a pointer. That pointer is called a stack pointer, which is a special purpose register which will always point to the top of the stack. Okay. When the stack is empty, if the stack starts at 2000 and if the stack is empty, then SP will hold 2004 because what is the value that is before, what is the address that is it is below 2000, it is 2004. Okay, because each location is 1 byte word, so it will hold 2004, right? So how do you push into the stack? So before pushing, you have to increment SP. So first SP should be incremented. So you have to add uh, some 4 with SP. Okay, and then you have to push. Okay, so you refer this code. Sorry, we have to subtract 4. So this is bottommost element means the next element will come at location 1996. Okay, the next element will come at 1992. Okay, so or when the stack is empty, stack is pointing where 2004, and now if you want to push, that should come to where 2000. So before pushing, what should we do? Before pushing, we have to perform subtraction. Subtract how many? Subtract 4 because each word occupies 4 bytes, and then push. So see this code for push. This is the code for push. What it says? It says subtract hash 4 comma push. Hash 4 means it's immediate data. It is asking to subtract hash 4 comma sp. Subtract hash 4 comma sp. It is saying that subtract 4 from sp. If previously sp is 2004, which represents stack is empty, then now after doing this it will be 2004 minus 4, which is nothing but 2000. After subtracting, this will be 2004 minus 4, which is nothing but 2000. So now stack is pointing to the location 2000, which is the bottommost location of the stack. Okay, and now if you have an item, you can just move new item comma stack pointer. So wherever stack pointer is pointing, stack pointer is pointing to 2000. To that location, the new item will be placed. Okay, so this new item now it will be placed in this location. Okay, right. If the new item is 55, then this 43 will be overwritten by 55. Okay, so when the stack is empty, it was 2004. Before pushing, decrement and then push. Right. Once again, if you want to push, decrement again push, like that. Right. Fine. So this is the logic for push. And what is the logic for pop? Pop in the sense, whatever available in the top of the stack, just move that into some variable or some memory location. Okay, so whatever the SP is containing, that location you have to pop out. Okay, and then what you have to do, increment the stack pointer. Okay, assume that currently SP is pointing to this location 1996. Okay, say this location 1996 contains the value 69. Okay, now if you pop, what it will give, now if you pop, it will return the current value that is pointed by SP. SP is pointing to location 1996. The value at that location is 69. So it will return 69. After returning 69, now stack pointer will be incremented. Previously it is 1996, now it will become 2004. So now stack pointer is not pointing to the above element, rather it is pointing to the below element. Okay. So the code is something like this: move SP comma item. That is the wherever the SP points. SP is a general purpose register. Okay. So that register, what we are assuming is it's holding the value. It's holding the value 1996. Okay. SP is a special purpose register. SP is a special purpose register. We are assuming that SP is holding the value 1996. SP represents stack pointer. Okay, now we want to pop this element. So when you say pop, the location pointed by SP, that is 1996. What is that? That location contains what? 69. So 69 will be moved out of the stack. Okay. After that you increment. After that you increment SP. Now when you increment SP, SP will hold 2000. Okay. Will hold 2000. Right. Okay. So see the code. Move SP comma item. So whatever the location, wherever SP points, the value at that location is moved to item is some memory location. Okay, one of the memory location will be named as item. So to this location, the whatever the item you are popping, that will be moved to this particular location item. Okay, that will be moved to location item. Then now increment the stack pointer. So add hash 4 comma SP. So if previously SP is 96, now it will become 2000. Okay. So this is the logic for push and pop. So normally when we program using arrays, before pushing, what we do, we'll increment the top. We'll do plus plus top. Top is equal or top is equal to top plus 1. Like that we will do. And then you will place the item at the top of the stack. Then you will place a stack of top equal to whatever the value. Okay, if the stack is implemented using an array, this is what we will do. Then we will say stack of top is equal to that particular element. Right. Similarly for popping, whatever the element currently pointed by top of the stack, we will take that. So element is equal to stack of top, like that we will write. Element is equal to whatever the top element that we will move to a particular local variable. Okay. After doing that, then we decrement the stack, then we decrement the top. We will say top minus minus. Okay, so the top will be decremented because topmost element is removed. Okay, but here we are doing in the reverse way, because because in an array structure we assume that the stack addresses were increasing from bottom to top. Okay, but here we are using all the actual memory. So when you see the actual memory, the memory addresses are actually decreasing from bottom to top. If the bottom address is 2000, then the next address will be 1996. Okay, and the next address will be 1996 minus 4, which is nothing but 1992. Okay, the next is 1992 minus 4, which is 1988. Like that it goes, right? So here for whenever you push, it is going this way, but the address is decreasing. So before pushing, we are subtracting 4 from the SP, and then we are moving the item to where the SP point, right? And similarly, while popping, wherever SP points, that item we are popping, but after that, item is removed from the stack. So it should, now the stack pointer should point here. If the item in 1996 is popped, so here after moving the item out of the stack to a variable or memory location, we are incrementing, we are adding 4 to SP. Okay, so this is the logic here. Fine. Okay, if the particular microprocessor that you are using, if it is supporting auto increment and auto decrement operator, then previously we are using two instructions for push and two for pop. These two instructions can be merged into a single instruction if it supports auto increment and auto decrement. So here what we are doing is move new item comma minus SP. Okay, minus means it is pre-decrement. It is pre-decrement. Okay. So before performing the operation, what is the operation here? Moving the content of moving the content of the memory location where SP points to the memory location new item. Okay, but it is preceded by pre-decrement. It means before performing the operation decrement. Okay, so if SP is initially when the stack is empty, if SP is 2004, okay, then what it will do? It will perform minus SP means it will subtract 4 from SP. So now SP will become 2000. Okay, and the new item will go to the location 2000. Right? Again, if you want to put, then again if you want to push, then SP will again 4 will be subtracted. Okay, it will become 1996, and there the new item will be pushed. Okay, so how many? So this how many it will subtract? So we are saying it is subtracting 4. Why it is subtracting 4? Why not 3 or why not 2 or why not 1? That depends on the word size of the computer. So here we are assuming that the word size is 4 byte. So it is subtracting 4. If the word size is 2 byte, then it will subtract only 2. If the word size is 8 byte, it will subtract 8. Okay. So this is the logic for push with auto decrement, and this is the logic for pop with auto increment. So here what we are doing, move SP plus. So this is plus is coming after here, after SP. So this is post increment, whereas this is pre decrement. Okay. So which says that the content of the location pointed by SP should be moved to item, and after moving that, increment SP. First move the content pointed by SP to the memory location item, and then increment the pointer. Okay, here increment means, say currently this location 1996, this is where SP is pointing, and there is some data. Once you remove that particular element, then SP should point where? It should point to the next location, but next location is what? 2000. So how will you get 2000 from 96? By adding. Okay, how much it will add, that depends on the word size of the computer. Here we are assuming the word size is 4, so we are assuming it will add 4, right? So this is how push and pop works with auto increment and auto decrement, right? But before pushing, what you should check, before pushing you have to check whether the stack is full or not. If the stack is already full, then you cannot push. Similarly, before popping, you should check whether the stack is empty or not. If the stack is empty, you cannot pop. So how can we do that? So that can be done by using compare instruction. So compare the source and the destination. Okay, compare the source and destination. If they if when you subtract destination from the source, then the appropriate conditional flag will be set. Okay, so depending on that, we can understand whether the stack is currently full or not. Okay, say for example, we have a say the simple case, there is a stack. Okay, its starting address is 2000. Starting address is 2000. Okay, its next address is so 1996. Next is 1992. Next is 1988. 1988. Okay. Next is 1988. Sorry. Yeah, 1988. Next is 1984. 1984. Okay. So let us assume this stack contains only, this is the maximum size of the stack. Okay. So that is, it can hold maximum 5 elements, nothing more, right? So now what is the topmost, what is maximum it can hold only 5. So the topmost address is 1990, 1984. Assume that already SP is pointing here. SP is pointing to the topmost element. Okay. SP is pointing to the topmost element, right? And it means that stack is already full and all the locations are filled with some value. Say this is 2, this is 3, 7, 8, okay, something 9. This is also some element is there, okay. So now using compare, how can we check whether the stack is full or not? So what should we do is, we know what is the topmost, I mean what is the topmost address of the stack. So the topmost address is 1984. So that address is in SP or not, that you have to check. So for that you have to write compare. Compare source comma destination. So let us say source is SP. Compare SP comma, what is the destination? Destination address is 1984. With that we want to compare 1984. Okay. So what it will do in the sense, it will subtract 1984 from SP. What is SP? SP here represents address. When you put that bracket, it represents value. So SP also is holding the address 1984. So when you subtract 1984 from 1984, what you will get? You will get 0. What you will get? You will get 0. Okay. So when you perform compare SP command 1984, what you will get is 0 if SP contains 1984, right? Then using the conditional flag, you can check if 0 is set, then you can say that stack is full, right? So this is how we identify whether the stack is full or empty. So here is a code, safe, we call this a safe push and safe pop. That is, if the stack is already full, it will not allow you to push. Similarly, if the stack is empty, it will not allow you to pop. Okay. So this is a label, right? And here let us assume that uh, here here let us assume that the this is for pop. Okay, this is for pop. So pop means what? You cannot remove an if the stack is already empty, you cannot remove an element. Okay, so say let us assume some stack like this. Say the bottommost address is 2000. Say the bottommost address is 2000. Okay, so if stack is empty, then SP will point to 2004. If stack is empty, SP will point to 2004. Okay, so if 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 SP contains anything greater than 2000, if SP contains anything greater than 2000, it means stack is empty. So that's what we are doing here. Compare hash 2000 comma SP. So this 2000 is compared with current SP. Okay, and we are checking branch greater than 0. So if it is, when you say for example, if SP is 2004, okay, and you are comparing with 2000, so 2004 minus 2000 is what? 4, right? So that is, if SP contains, after subtracting, if the result is greater than 0, it means that stack is empty. Okay, are you getting? Otherwise the result will not be greater than 0. Assume that the current stack pointer is here. So this is 1992. This is 1992, right? So then what will be, uh, compare hash 2000 comma SP? It will subtract what do you call, it will subtract 1982 from 2000. Okay, so 1982 from 2000 is 19, so it will subtract, it will perform 1982 minus 2000. Okay, 1992 minus 2000, that will be minus 8. That will be minus 8. Okay, but in this case it will perform 2004 minus 2000, which is 4. Okay, so if the result is greater than 0, then we say that there is an uh, the stack is already empty, right? Otherwise, if the result is not greater than 0, okay, if the result is either equal to 0 or less than 0, then it means that stack is not empty, so we can pop. So then write the instruction for pop. Move SP to item, whatever the location content in the particular location pointed by SP, move that to item, and then increment the stack pointer, right? Okay, and this is for pop and this is for push. Okay, so push means what? So let us assume the topmost this stack, the topmost element address is 1500. Okay, that is it contains from 2000 to 1500. Okay, right? The topmost address is 1500, right? Okay, so it means that SP should not hold anything less than 1500. Okay, SP should not hold anything less than 1500. Okay, if it contains anything less than 1500, then even it should not have equal to 1500. Already if it is currently if SP is here, then also it means stack is full. Okay, so SP should not have any value which is less than or equal to 1500. If it is less than or equal to 1500, it means that stack is already full. So for that we are writing compare 1500 comma SP. Okay, so in this case let us assume SP is 1500. So it will subtract 1500 from SP. So it will subtract 1500. I mean SP is 1500 minus 1500, which is what? 0. Which is what? 0. Okay, so what it says, branch less than or equal to 0. If it is less than or equal to 0, it will say it is error. You getting? That is full error. That is already stack is full. You cannot push, right? If this condition is not satisfied, then you can push. So move, what you say, move minus minus SP. First decrement the SP. So assume if SP is 1992, then you decrement. Then it will become 1988. 1988, and then to the location 1988 you move this new item, right? Okay, so this is how we perform safe push and safe pop. That is, before pushing we check whether the stack is full or not, and before popping we check whether the stack is empty or not, right? Okay, fine. So this compare instruction, you can see this is destination and this is source. So the right side is subtracted with left side. Okay, so this you should be clear. So here also SP is subtracted from, we perform SP minus 2000. Okay, here also we perform SP minus 1500, right? Okay, so I think it's clear. So say for example, if the top of the stack is 1500, okay, already if SP is pointing here, okay, then SP is 1500 and you want to, so SP minus 1500, so 1500 minus 1500 is 0. Branch less than or equal to 0, it will say it is already full. Okay, fine. So that's it about stacks. So we'll have a brief introduction to queues. We'll not discuss any programs on queues. So as you know that queue is a FIFO data structure. First in, first out. Whatever the element comes into the queue first, that will be the one which leaves the queue first. Queue will have two ends, front and rear. Insertion will happen to the rear end and deletion will happen from the front end. Okay, both end moves to the highest address as data added and removed. Okay, what does it mean? See, uh, for example, so both, that is when you add something to the queue, what you will do, you will increment front. Okay, so it means that in the both ends, as they when you add more element, the value of the front will increase. Okay, that is, the front will move from lower address to higher address. Sorry, the value of the rear address will move from lower address to higher address when you insert. When you delete also, what will happen? The front address will increase from lower to higher. Okay, right? So even if you see the circular queue, okay, in circular queue implementation also, if you recollect, okay, initially what will be front and rear as per the data structure understanding? Initially rear and front will be 0. Initially rear and front will be 0. Okay, when you add something, what will happen? Rear will keep increasing. Rear will keep increasing. Okay, so that is what it means. uh, both ends moves to the highest address as data added. So rear will keep increasing as you add data. When you add one data, rear will become 1. When you add two data, rear will become 2. Like that it will increase. Okay, while removing also, the address will increase. How? Front address will increase. If you want to remove one item, then after removing the first item, front will become 1. After removing the second item, front will become 2. Okay, so that's the meaning of this statement. So both ends moves to the highest address as data added and removed. Okay, fine. So uh, I mean in memory implementation also, it will be like that only. Okay, so so in memory, this is our starting address, and this is the least highest address 2 to the power k minus 1. Okay, but if you implement our queue, now queue will grow from here to here. Okay, so in the queue, this will be the what you call, mm, this will be the rear end of the queue. Okay, so so insertion, sorry, this will be the front end of the queue. This will be the front end of the queue. Okay, this will be the, or sorry, this will be the rear end of the queue, and this will be the front end of the queue. Okay, okay, so initially, if this is the queue capacity, okay, initially what will be front and rear? That will be the whatever the least address. Okay, say the least address is whatever the least address, say the least address is 10. Okay, 10. Okay, say the size of the queue is 90. It can hold maximum 90 values, 10 to 100. Okay, so this is address 10 and this is address 100. So when you start rear is also 10, and uh, front is also 10. Okay, rear is also 10 and front is also 10. Okay, I mean 10, right? So when you insert something to the queue, what will you do? You will increment rear first. Okay, you will increment rear and then insert. We will leave that 0th location empty, assuming it is a circular queue. Then what will happen? Increment rear, so the first element will come here. Again increment rear, the next element will come here. Okay, so as you increment, the rear address is also increasing, right? If you want to remove something, then the front address will increase. Okay, so that is what this statement says. Both ends moves to the highest address as data added and removed, right? So that's it about this topic. So we have discussed how queues are actually implemented in memory. So it is the we have discussed stacks, how it is actually implemented in the memory. So basically the operations are same, but the way in which implemented is reversed. Okay, because in memory, the lowest address is assumed to be at the top position, and the highest address is assumed to be at the bottom position. Okay, fine. Thank you.